So now we want to move on to our, we have a new segment that we wanted to include that's, what's happening at Small Talk. So last time we talked about our why. We had our board president, Annie Harrison, on just to kind of talk about sort of our journey with Small Talk. But we wanted to share with you we've been sharing resources and tips and tricks that you can use during these really difficult times. But we wanted to just talk about kind of what we're doing at Small Talk and what's going on there too, so people can be updated and know what we're doing. So I know, Megan, you have one quick update to share with us.
Yeah, so we have officially started doing teleforensic interviews. So we have not been able to do any of those since early March. So it's been really great to be able to get some of those scheduled and get some kids in to be able to talk about, what's happened with them. And for me, it's just been really great to be able to have more contact with families and to be able to continue to serve those who really need us right now. I think we've done like 4 in the last week or so. But, we're starting to get more comfortable with the technology. And what's really cool is that we are using a computer screen. So it's talking pretty similar to, how we are filming big conversations. And there was a little bit of, hesitation with what kids would think about sitting in front of a computer screen and having these conversations. And really, it's been no different than a normal face-to-face conversation. I think technology really helps kids feel a lot more comfortable. And it's just been a pretty easy, smooth transition. And our 2 forensic interviewers, Aubrey and Thomas, have just been doing fantastic work getting these interviews done. And the team has been awesome. Law enforcement has been great in being able to jump in. And we've been able to do these interviews with law enforcement officers who are across the state too, which is really cool, just to be able to have people present and collect, more information that they need for their case. And it's really great just to be able to get back into doing these interviews.
Yeah, I think it's been really great to see that we've tried to mirror the, quote unquote, regular forensic interview process to be as similar as we can now. The reason we wanted to do teleforensic interviews so we could still continue to provide forensic interview services for kids, that then gets them access to our counseling services and helps get the court process rolling and everything like that. So it's been really essential for us to get that up and running and to see that, there has been really no change for the kids, especially kids who are coming in. It's their first time getting a forensic interview too. So they don't know any different. They don't know what the in-person is like versus on a screen. And we've had to make those accommodations to make sure that our, staff is safe and that the kids are safe as well and have as few people in the office as possible. But I think, what we've been able to see is that we can make it work, and that these kids are still feeling the sense of relief and still getting access to the services, which is the most important thing at the end of the day. And as much as we can not disrupt that and kind of keep the train moving so that these kids can get services, that's what we want to do. So, we definitely want to thank, Megan, you were, a big part of that forensic interview process, and then Thomas and Aubrey, as well as our interviewers who have just been really, it's a big adaptation for them, but, they've been doing a great job with their interviews. So we'll do a special shout out to them since they're not here today, but thank them for all their work. So Sarah, I know you have an update for us as well.
Yeah, so as counselors, we have switched entirely. As of May 13th, we switched our sessions to be all virtual online sessions. And so, that's something that none of us have ever done before either. Definitely a big change, big transition for us. And, we were also a little bit nervous about how this would, work for families and kids, but it's actually gone really well for all of us counselors. And we've had a total of 228 counseling sessions since March when we switched over. So that feels like a big big success, and we are settling into it now and kind of getting into the groove. So we're happy to be able to just kind of provide seamless services for the kids and families that we work with, and overall it's just been going really well. So positive update.
Yeah, it's really cool, being a small part of that. I don't have a huge caseload. You certainly have more kids than I do, Sarah, but just to see like how some of the kids are responding to teletherapy, and to know too that we've actually like started some kids with teletherapy and not started with them in person, which is really cool. I mean, I think I was, I'm a bit of a dinosaur, and certainly like the in-person contact, and we know that there's a lot more online counseling services that are available certainly now than there were like when I started my career. So it is something that is more common. It's a way, like Megan said, that kids are used to interacting with people more than ever. We're just not used to it because we're adults and we didn't grow up with this technology necessarily. So, but yeah, it's cool to see that kids can still heal through a screen, and that it doesn't have to be in person. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like they don't even notice a difference sometimes. So
Yeah.
it feels great to be able to do that for them.
Yeah, that's great. All right, cool.